I slammed the truck door so hard the whole cab rocked. After 9 months in the dust and heat of the Middle East, all I wanted was to drop my duffel in the foyer of my own house, crack open a cold beer, and finally sleep in a bed that didn't smell like sand and diesel.
Instead, own front porch staring at a stranger's welcome mat and a potted fern I had never bought.
Wow,
Through the front
this
window
roast
I
is
could see a
incredible,
family
honey.
eating dinner at
I
my
know,
kitchen
right?
table, my
Did you
table,
try the carrots
using
yet?
my plates,
Daddy,
under
can I
my
have some
light
more?
fixture.
Here you
A little
go.
boy laughed at something on a tablet while his parents passed the mashed potatoes.
Are you enjoying that show?
My blood turned to ice,
Yeah, it's
then
really
straight to
funny.
fire. I didn't knock.
Did they
It didn't
change
work.
the locks on me?
What the hell? I muttered, pounding on the door with the side of my fist. The father inside jumped up, napkin still tucked in his collar. He cracked the
Sergeant
door
Harlan,
6 inches.
Colorado Springs Sheriff's Office.
Can I
I
help
just
you?
need a moment of
You're
your
in my house, I said,
You're in my
voice
house.
low and flat. Excuse me? We rent this place. From who? The HOA
We rent the
Mrs.
place from HOA, Mrs. Whitaker.
Whitaker. Deployed
the
and the
owner was
property was
deployed.
vacant. My jaw tightened so hard I heard my teeth click. Karen Whitaker.
Unauthorized ornamentation
The
is
HOA
strictly
president who once
prohibited.
wrote me a
You'll
$250
find
fine
details
because
of
my
your
American flag
violation
was
on
too
page
large for
3 of
neighborhood
the
standards.
enclosed citation.
I had paid it just to shut her up before I left on deployment. Apparently that wasn't enough. I pushed past the man without touching him, barely. Inside, the smell of someone else's cooking hit me like a slap. My recliner had been moved. My photos of my late wife Sarah were gone from the mantle, replaced by generic beach art. Get out,
Get
I told the
out.
family. Come on the
This is
outside.
my house, and I never rented it.
This is my house. I own it. The wife
Wait,
stood
what's
up
wrong?
and
Are you okay? I'm coming right
We
now.
paid first and last plus deposit.
And have a lease.
we have a lease. I was still processing that when the front door flew open again and Karen Whitaker herself marched in like she owned the place, which, apparently, short platinum bob, pastel cardigan button to the throat even though it was 80 degrees outside. The classic Karen uniform.
You
Sergeant
are
Harlan,
trespassing,
she said,
Sergeant.
lips pursed
These
like she'd
premises
tasted
are
something sour.
private property.
You're trespassing.
Tenants have a
These
legal
tenants have a
right to
legal
be
right
here,
to be
Mrs.
here.
Whitaker.
Legal? I laughed once. I've been
How
gone
did
9
Karen
months
rent
protecting
my
this
house
country
while I
and
was
you rented my
deployed
house out
protecting
from
the
under me?
country?
She folded her arms.
Under
The HOA bylaws are very clear.
unoccupied properties, particularly
Unoccupied
those
properties
with
become
failed
community
lawn
assets
maintenance
after 60
become
days.
community assets
You failed to
after
maintain the
60
lawn to
days
standard.
if outstanding dues
Failed
are
to pay
not
your dues on
settled.
time. I paid every dime before I left. And we had to
understand your
protect
concern,
neighborhood property
but the fact
values,
is,
she finished.
The rent money had
As
to
if
be
that explained
reallocated
everything.
To the emergency fund.
The rent money went
It's
into the
handled.
emergency fund.
I
You can
understand
file a
your
complaint if you
concern,
like.
But the fact is, the
But
rent
these
money
people
had
have
to be
paid in good
reallocated
faith.
To the emergency fund.
The father
We
looked
don't
between
want any
us.
trouble. We just want to make sure everything
Trouble.
is okay. Look,
We just moved here
we
for
just
my
moved
job.
here for my job.
Karen smiled at him like a
Sergeant
crocodile.
Harlan,
You see?
I suggest you leave
Uh,
before I call
call the police.
again.
Again. I had already pulled out my phone
Can't
and was
believe you would
recording.
say that after
Go ahead.
everything.
It's the
Call
truth,
them.
and you know
I
it.
want this on
Stop
body cam
lying.
footage when I sue your entire board. She actually
Military
rolled her eyes.
boys think rules
You military
don't
boys
apply.
always think the rules don't
And
apply to you.
This
isn't the sandbox.
sandbox.
This is a civilized neighborhood. That was the moment the little boy started crying.
Don't cry, baby.
His mother scooped him up and the
Mommy's
father
here
stepped
now.
between us.
It's
We're calling the
okay.
police ourselves, he said. I stood there in
Yes,
my own living
dispatch.
room, boots
I have
still
him
dusty
right
from the
here.
airport,
He's
watching
refusing
strangers
to leave
dial
the premises,
911 on
and
me
he's
while Karen
intimidating
Whitaker
me.
smiled like she'd just won the lottery. By the time 2 patrol cars rolled up, blue lights painting my house in sick colors, I had already decided. Legal channels would take months. I was done waiting. I stepped outside, hands visible, and gave the officers the shortest version of the story I could. They looked sympathetic until Karen started her performance.
Officer,
He is clearly
Agitated.
agitated with his PTSD.
PTSD or
And
something.
we've had complaints about this before.
We've had complaints about him before.
One cop actually put his hand on his holster.
It's clear the system
Not
won't
drawing,
fix this
but
tonight.
close enough. That's when I knew the system wasn't going to fix this tonight. I spent that first
You were
night
gone
on a
too
buddy's
long,
couch across
Harlan.
town. Staring at the ceiling,
I can't do this anymore.
Karen had said. My platoon, my real family, had my back once in Hellman when everything went to hell. I wondered if they still would now that we were stateside. I sent the group chat a single message at 2:17 a.m. Home. House gone. Need you. The replies started coming in before I even set the phone down. The next morning I was back at the house before the sun cleared the rooftops. Yellow crime scene tape wasn't there yet, but the feeling was the same. The tenant's minivan was still in the driveway. Karen's white Lexus sat across the street like a sentry.
Mr.
I knocked
Johnson,
again.
I apologize for the
Door
early
looking
wake-up, but I'm here
exhausted.
about your son. It is
Men-
They didn't know. And
She
Karen
showed us
them
all the paperwork.
claiming the owner signed off.
Said the owner signed off. I never signed anything, I said.
I never signed
He rubbed his
anything.
face. We
They
paid
can't just
$6
leave
grand up
because
front.
They paid $6,000, and his
My
wife is
wife's pregnant. I believed him. Karen was. I spent the next
Yes,
3
I
hours on the
understand the
phone with
filing
every
deadline,
lawyer in
counselor,
Colorado
but
Springs who
we
would
need
talk
that
to me on
injunction
short
by
notice.
Friday.
Every single one said the
lawyer
same
says
thing.
the
HOA bylaws are ironclad in this
are
development.
ironclad,
It'll take
and it
discovery,
will take
depositions,
6 months.
maybe 6 months. In the meantime, the tenants have possession. 6 months. I'd slept in worse places than a couch, but this was my home. Sarah's ashes were still in the backyard garden she'd planted. The shadow box with my father's medals was somewhere inside. I couldn't
Sergeant,
wait 6
we
months.
need to
I drove
discuss
straight
these
to the
new
HOA
regulations
office in the little
regarding
strip mall at
property
the entrance to the
maintenance.
neighborhood.
Of course.
Karen was holding
Please
court at a
have
folding
seat.
table,
We follow
fake
the
flowers and a
guidelines
president
established by the
nameplate in front of
board.
her. 2 other board members sat beside her looking nervous. I laid
These
my
orders
deployment
confirm my
orders on the
deployment.
table.
I assure you.
Here's
was
proof
serving the
I was
country
gone
during
serving
that
this
time.
country.
I demand
Here's
an
proof I
explanation
paid
right
every
now.
fee in
Why is my
advance.
house listed as a rental?
Sergeant,
Explain
we
to me
understand
why
your
my
frustration,
house is
but the
now a
board
rental
acted within
property.
its rights. The
Karen didn't
bylaws
even look at the
state
papers.
very clearly that we do
The
not
bylaws
allow
state.
personalized
I cut her
I
off.
don't care about
Bylaws.
bylaws.
I want my
I
keys.
want my keys.
And I want every dime of
house,
rent you
and
collected.
rent money
She leaned back. Enjoying herself. The money has already
was
been allocated to repave the community pool.
the
You can
pool.
apply for
And
reimbursement
he can apply
through the
for
proper channels.
reimbursement.
Form 17B. It takes 90 days to process. One of the other board members, an older guy named
Maybe they
Mr.
should look
Peterson,
into it,
cleared
since
his throat.
Harlan is a veteran.
Debbie, Karen, maybe we should look into this. He's a veteran. Karen shot him a look that could freeze lava. We treat
Rules
everyone the
are
same.
rules.
Rules are rules. I stared at her until she finally met my eyes.
Did you ever lose
You ever lose everything?
Did you ever lose everything?
Because I'm
I am
about
2
2 seconds from showing you what that feels like.
Everything.
She picked up her phone.
That sounds like a threat, and she is
I'm calling the police again. I walked out before they arrived this time, but I left my truck parked right in front of the office, so she had to look at the support our troops bumper sticker every time she glanced outside. Back on my buddy Mike's couch that night, my phone buzzed with incoming texts. Jamal, wheels up from Fort Carson in 2 hours. Rodriguez, bringing bolt cutters and bad attitudes. Delgado, already got the van loaded with MREs and attitude. They were coming. The same men who had dragged me out of a burning Humvee in 2022. If the law wouldn't give me my house back, maybe Brotherhood would. They rolled in like a tactical unit on a domestic op. For trucks, 8 guys, all in civilian clothes but moving with that unmistakable military rhythm. I met them at the park down the street so we wouldn't spook the neighbors yet. Jamal slapped my shoulder so hard it stung.
Who do we need to help?
Brother. Who do we need to smoke? I laid it out for them in the shade of a cottonwood tree, the forged lease, the stolen rent money, the tenants caught in the middle. Rodriguez cracked his knuckles. So we go in, family to step outside, change the locks, something about it. Not quite, I said. I don't want anyone going to jail. We do this smart. Delgado grinned. Smart is my middle name. I brought the GoPros, extra batteries, and a portable printer. We're going to document every second. We spent the afternoon building the case. Mike, who'd gotten out and become a paralegal, pulled up the actual bylaws online and found the loophole. The HOA could only declare a property abandoned after 90 days of verified non-occupancy and 3 written notices. Karen had sent 0 notices to my deployment address. She just decided I was gone and helped herself. We printed everything. Formation. The tenants were loading boxes when we pulled up. The father saw us and froze. Look, we already talked to a lawyer.
You got it.
We're moving out
We're
tomorrow.
almost packed
We don't
up.
want drama. I nodded. We're not here for you. Karen's Lexus screeched around the corner like she'd been watching on Ring cameras. She jumped out.
Sheriff, I am reporting a
I'm on the phone with the
trespass.
sheriff's department right now.
Removed from my
You are all
property
trespassing.
immediately.
Jamal stepped
I do
forward,
not feel safe.
calm as ever. Ma'am, we're here to assist Sergeant Harlan in reclaiming his lawfully owned property. We have documented proof the lease you issued is fraudulent. Care to see it?
Possession is
She snatched the papers,
9/10 of the
scanned them,
law.
and ripped them in half. Doesn't matter. The tenants have paid. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Rodriguez laughed. The army, we learned the other 10th is firepower and friends. Karen's face went purple.
Intimidate me.
You think you can intimidate me? I know people on the city council. Delgado started filming. Smile, Karen. This is going on every veteran Facebook group in Colorado by tonight.
Assault
She
on
lunged for the
is
camera.
not a good
Mike
look.
gently blocked her arm. Assault on camera, not a good look for the HOA president. The
You
first
need to get
sheriff's
these
deputy
people
arrived.
off my
He took
street
one look at 8
immediately.
disciplined veterans
They are
standing in perfect
disturbing
parade
the
rest
peace.
and one screaming
I called
HO.
you an hour
A lady
ago.
and sighed
Do
like he
your
already knew
job.
how the night was going to go. The deputy separated us. While Karen ranted about veteran thugs, I showed the officer my deed, my deployment orders, the missing notices, and the bank statements proving I'd paid dues. The deputy rubbed his neck.
It is a civil matter.
This is a
but
civil matter.
I see why you are upset, and
I can't
cannot
force the tenants out tonight. Karen smirked from 10 feet away. That's when
I have
Delgado
the
dropped the
proof
bomb.
right here.
Officer, we also have
The
bank
rent
records
money
showing the rent money
went
never went to the
straight into your
HOA emergency
personal
fund.
account,
It went straight
Karen.
into Karen Whitaker's personal account. Every month.
Right
He
here,
held up
this
printed
line item.
statements we'd
They said
pulled
the
earlier
escrow
that
was covered,
afternoon.
but look at
It
this.
is
Karen's
C
face drained of
confidential.
color. That's confidential.
I
The
told him if
deputy's
he didn't move
eyebrows
his
shot
lemonade
up.
Stand, I was calling the health
Ma'am.
department.
Nat.
The health department,
I
ma'am.
For the
told him
first
if he
time,
didn't move his lemonade stand, I was calling the health
She started
department.
backing toward her car.
The health department, ma'am.
The tenants stepped out onto the porch, suitcases in hand. The
And
father
we'll
looked
leave
at me.
tonight.
We didn't know. We'll leave tonight. We're sorry. I shook his
Not their
hand.
fault, and safe travels.
Safe travels. As
Get
the
back
family
here
drove
right
away,
now.
Karen
You
tried
haven't
one
cleaned the
last stand.
carpets and you
You still
owe
can't
me
just
for the
move in.
last month.
There are
I'm
procedures.
calling my attorney.
Jamal smiled. We're not moving
They
in.
are returning property
Its rightful owner.
to its rightful owner.
You can call it whatever you want. I walked up the steps. If we'd called earlier had already rekeyed it, and stepped inside my own house for the first time in 9 months. The air still smelled like strangers,
smells like strangers,
but it was mine
it is
again.
his house again.
Karen
This
screamed from the
isn't
street.
over.
This isn't over. Rodriguez
Neither are
yelled
they,
back.
Karen.
Karen. The next 3 days were a blur of moving Karen's illegal tenants' leftover junk to the curb, deep cleaning every surface, and watching the local news vans circle the neighborhood like vultures. The
Miss
embezzlement
Whitaker, how do
story
you
broke
respond to
wide.
the charges?
Turns
Is it
out
true
Karen
about
had been
the
running the
deployed
same
service
scam
members'
on
funds?
3 other deployed service members.
The
The HOA board voted her out in an emergency meeting. She resigned before they could fire her.
We
The
got it
tenants
done,
got their
sir.
money back
The
from a
GoFundMe covered
GoFundMe the
everything.
Platoon started.
Thank
The
you,
city
son.
opened an
We can finally come
investigation,
home.
and I finally sat in my recliner, Sarah's photo back on the mantel, and drank that cold beer I dreamed about.
So the
My
colonel is
platoon
yelling about
stayed
the
another
missing
night,
Humvee. Yeah. Turns
grilling
out,
steaks in
Mike
the
just parked
backyard
it
and
behind the
telling
mess
war
hall.
stories that had nothing to do with sand.
It's
They
not about
reminded
the
me what
rules,
real
Sergeant.
community looks
It's
like,
about
not the
showing
one
up
with
when it
rules and
matters.
fines, but the one that shows up when you
got
need
that
it.
Right. To the platoon.
Karen never apologized. She moved to a different subdivision 2 weeks later. Last I heard she was president of that HOA too. Some people never learn. But I learned something. When the system fails the people who protect it, sometimes you have to remind the system who it's supposed to serve. Not with violence, just with presence, proof, and the unbreakable bond of brothers who refuse to leave a man behind.
Couldn't
even
have done
back
it
home.
without you guys.
Leaves a deployed veteran homeless. Direct action by his
Always
platoon
got
is
your back,
justified.
brother.